How do you have any left? You literally turned it completely to God.
I was getting the drops out. That's crucial energy.
Okay, so welcome to the Old Stone House. This is an 19th century American stagecoaching that was built to facilitate travel along Route 8. Now, whenever this place was built in 1822 by Mr. John Brown, Route 8 was one of the more significant trade routes in the country. That's because it connected the burgeoning industrial sector of Pittsburgh to the agricultural center along the Great Lakes, along with the shipping routes that existed there. Some local rumors and myths and legends regarding the supernatural activity that may or may not commence here. There are certain supernatural certain events that may be construed as supernatural that occur here. One of which is that certain tour guides here, when closing up here late at night here by themselves, have heard very loud noises coming from the second floor of the building.
Oh, wow.
No one has ever been able to satisfactorily describe those noises. What it sounds like in summary is a very large weight being dropped from some height off the ground onto the floor. Something that would be easily noticed should the tour guides come up to investigate, which we undoubtedly do. In addition to that, we've had numerous ghost hunting groups here. The rooms where they have the most luck or sense most activity are typically this room, the public lodging room right next door, and the tap room downstairs. In this room and the public lodging room, they seem to have had a lot of luck regarding white noise recording in response to questions and electromagnetic pulse recording.
Oh, right, yeah.
In regards to audio questions. Downstairs in the public tap room, there's been a lot of luck regarding apparitions more than anything else. Specifically, fogs coming from the fireplace out onto the floor, which is typically associated with the woman serving drinks out onto the floor.
Oh.
Now, some of the more specifics of the place, during the 1880s, this was actually a front for a counterfeiting operation. As near as we can tell, we haven't proven it 100%, but all of the evidence points to the fact that there was a counterfeiting ring run out of this building, and most of the ghost stories that we have today of the Old Stone House actually originate back to that counterfeiting ring telling ghost stories in the local community, trying to scare people away to keep their privacy.
With the, I'm guessing, EVPs that were detected probably in this room or the next room, was there a gender associated with it? Was it male, female? Was it a younger voice or an older voice?
Typically, the associations made with those types of connections are with a female. The most impressive recordings that we've had here tend to reflect a much younger female, little girl, maybe a teenager. And those are also the conversations or communications that go on the longest with the females. There are a few stories that circulate the local community of people passing by on modern Route 8, looking up at the building and seeing a feminine form either in one of the windows or out on the porch.
Oh, wow.
Now, within one of the windows, we typically kind of fluff that away as saying there used to be a mannequin in period female dress in the window. As for on the porch, we periodically have reenactors here later at night, although some of those claims don't really coincide with dates that we have reenactments. Most of the groups we've had here seriously studying the place for paranormal activity, tend to associate female apparitions or voices to the site.
Have you ever had any experiences, or have you ever been one of the people who've heard like things drop up here and you can't really explain it?
I was actually one of the people who I was sitting downstairs in the tap room, and I heard a very loud thud, and to describe it I would have to say it sounded like someone dropping a 200-pound weight from waist level down onto the floor. And I immediately came up here to check the place out, to see what had fallen over in my mind, and everything was as it should be. It struck me as particularly odd because I had already gone around and locked up the entire building, and I knew for certain that no one was up here. That's about all that I've had as far as unexplained phenomenon occurring at the place.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you personally believe that was paranormal activity, or do you believe in paranormal activity?
I don't really know what to believe, although I'd probably call myself more of a skeptic than a believer when it comes to it. But I'm willing to sit back and just say something happened and I can't explain it. Yeah. And that's what that was.
Have you ever had any paranormal experiences here?
Just a few. Joe mentioned about the sound of something dropping on the floor when you're on the first floor. And last fall, when we were still pretty new, it was like really crappy out, rainy out. And all the doors, I had all the doors locked up because I was trying to keep the heat in. Mm-hmm. And I was just sitting down there by myself, and I heard this like horrible, it like scared me so much. It was so loud because it was so quiet out here and nobody had been here all day. And so I ran upstairs after a couple of minutes of like calming myself down, talking to myself. So it was like a loud slam? Mm-hmm. It was like, it sounded like something had like dropped, and it was right above my head. And
has this been the general like kind of area from the floor up that it's been heard, like generally from this room?
No, it's actually, I would say probably the next room over would be more appropriate, above the tap room. So, yeah. Other than that, doors and stuff and little things move, I feel like. I don't know if it's other docents playing tricks on me, because I probably am the easiest to scare and prank out of everybody that works here. But sometimes, like, we had a big thing with the Bible's being open on random pages.
Oh, wow.
And maybe they would just be like moved, like I hadn't left it there or whatever, but other than that, sometimes, I don't know, Joe and I have talked about this before, where we feel like when we come upstairs on that back stairwell, it feels like you're walking in on somebody. Like, you kind of can sense like somebody's there.
Yeah.
But I always feel like it's more upstairs than downstairs, but that's just me personally, so. Okay.
We're at the old stone house in Slippery Rock, PA. Originally built in 1822, and this is the woods behind the house. And we're gonna take a trip up this path. Supposedly there's been rumors of apparitions walking through these paths, as seen from the house, one of the windows. And we're gonna take a trip up here. We got the K2 meter with us, so we're gonna see if this jumps at all. Maybe something's up here with us. We're up here in the woods still, behind the old stone house in Slippery Rock, PA. We're gonna ask some questions to anybody that might be around us right now. You know, if you walk through here, if you've been here before, and you'd like to contact us, you can make our K2 meter light up to the red by just walking past it.
It'll detect your energy. You can also talk into the device in my hands. It'll pick up anything you say. Or remove the light up motion detector. Once it stops lighting up.
We'd like to say that we're going to be staying at the house tonight. If you can let us know if that's okay to stay at the house for a little bit, and or if you'd like to talk to us there, can you talk into our meter? And if you've been to the old stone house, we'd like you to contact us there or here right now.
All right, we are in the first bedroom that the tour guide introduced us to.
First room we're gonna investigate is this room. It's the one they've said has the most amount of stuff going on.
And we explained this a little bit while we were in the woods, but this is a K2 meter. It measures energy, basically, and this is the ideal environment for it because there's no wiring or electricity for it to get confused with. So if this moves, then it's very suspicious.
Okay. This is where they've said they've heard that thud noise when they're downstairs. They hear something drop up here. And this is the room they said it comes from.
I'm gonna show you this. This house is right along Route 8, so there is some extra road noise, but nothing that can't be blocked out. Alright. Okay. We're basically just going to try to get some EVPs. So far, the energy level has been pretty consistent. There hasn't been any going up to 2.5. If it remains like this, then it's probably a stable environment. All right.
You wanna ask questions?
Mm-hmm. So there have been EVPs on the second floor of a young teenage girl answering questions and communicating with other curious human beings who just want to know more about life in this house at a different time and people who used to live here. So if there's anyone in this room, we're just curious, we just want to learn. Can you try to communicate with us?
You can talk into the device I'm holding, or if you just come near the K2 meter, it'll light up, showing your presence. Or you could knock on something or move something.
There have also been loud stomping noises as if something very heavy has been dropped coming from this floor or this room. We wouldn't mind if that happened right now, or if you just maybe explained what that was. The room that we're about to go into, it used to be a bedroom as well.
Yeah, like this one, for the people who stayed in the inn.
And EVPs of, I think, the same teenage young girl has been taking place in that room as well. So we're just gonna check to see the energy level.
All right, right now we're in the tap room of the old stone house. She's said to have helped some of the not as wealthy people that came and stayed here for the inn. So we're dealing with some people that many people have come and eaten here before over the years. If anybody's here with us right now, I'd like you to come speak to us, speak to me, maybe tell me your story. I have this mic right here. If you could speak into it and maybe talk to me about your story and the things that you've been through. I'd really like to talk to you about maybe your life and what this house has meant to you. If you could just speak into the recorder and let me know that you're here, or maybe flicker one of the lights that are in the room right now. There's a picture next to me with a man on it. I'm not sure if he's the owner of the house or if he's the lived down the street, Mr. Donaghy, I believe I remember his name. But it's a really creepy picture because it kind of looks like it's moving a little bit in the light. You can't really make out the face as well. I guess everybody back home knows if there's something moving behind me. I have no idea. So I guess we'll see if there is something moving behind me. It feels like there's something, but I don't know. Behind me out this window is the woods where they've seen people walking out and up into the woods. This is right behind me.
Is someone there? Can you speak into the microphone? What's your name? Were you a traveler? Where were you from? Even if there was something electrical doing that, it would stay steady, not flicker. I know this is pretty I've never seen it do this before.
I haven't either.
I've never seen anything like it.
And then it just stops. Say knock on something, but I don't think we noticed with all the cars and fireworks.
Alright, it's steadied again.
Down in the basement, old stone house. There's some tables with some artifacts from area stuff around the house that they found. So it might have some energy that we might pick up.
Oh. If someone is down here with us, can you move past our K2 meter? We just detected something. We'd like to communicate with you. What's your name?
You can also move something down here, knock on something. Anything to let us know you're here.
Are we intruding on you? Throughout our investigations, we haven't really seen this much K2 meter action. It's really fascinating. We're in a very old facility, so.
It's really creepy.
Just kind of gathered around there, and it was going wildly. And I know Scooter and we heard a gasp that like came behind us. I couldn't detect the gender. What did you think it was, male or female? I know I was.
I couldn't tell what it was, but I definitely heard something. So.
Yeah, I was confused because I think it sounded more like a female, and I was confused because I thought it was a Mark, so that was a little, yeah.
That's a shot at the director.
Yes.
We thought you were a girl.
But we had some heavy movement down here.
Which is odd because this part wasn't actually part of the original place. It was added on when they restored it.
But when we were getting some serious energy detection on the front porch, where there is no electric circuits up there, it is pure time, purely appropriate for that time. We asked whatever was making the K2 meter move to join us downstairs, and for some odd reason it was moving like crazy down there. So. I did like a K2 just brief going through the room to see how the energy level was in this room, and the whole time it remained on this first level until now. And the only thing that was by me was a chair. Okay. Is anyone in here?
Do you not like us asking questions? Move it for yes, don't move it for no.
What's your name? And this is just verifying it is not the recorder that is making it go. There is a chair, a clock that does not work.
You're gonna hold it up and show. It's not the clock.
It's not the clock. There's
Literally nothing in this room is electricity.
We were in this room earlier, and the tour guides were explaining about how this clock would randomly be wound up whenever they wouldn't wind it up at all, and it would be set for the exact same time. So we were in here earlier, and it is still set to the time that it was at earlier, which is like around 11:16 or so. So it's just good to get a recorded video proof of the fact that it is set at 11:16, even 2 hours after we got the first image. We'll keep checking back to see if anything crazy happened.
I'd also like to verify that when I was in here earlier recording, that the K2 meter never even moved. So we're just picked up on something there that we didn't pick up on earlier when I was sitting right here.
Yeah, it's not the fireplace.
Over here, I'm sorry. Over here, there's the Bible that they used to read to some of the.
Okay, Bibles do not give off magnetic fields.
They said they used to read this to some of the residents that came through. If that's true, can you let us know that maybe this Bible was read to you, or you used to read this Bible? Can you tell us your name? Can you give us some kind of sign to let us know? Can you make this go to red? You just have to get close to it. Let us know you're here.
The closer you are, the more lights we can see.
Let's allow more time.
Okay, that's cool.
It's going up to red.
This Bible is a really important book to us even today. And there were stories told that the tour guides and people who try to take care of this house, because it's a special place for them, they would come into this room and the Bible would be open to random messages.
Is that you doing that?
Make it go to red if it's you that opens up the Bible.
Please. What's your favorite Bible verse?
Do you hear that?
We're hearing stuff outside of the window.
It sounds like the window. Like somebody's pressing on. Do you want us to stay or leave? Stay. Leave.
Indecision.
All right, something definitely did happen in this room. We picked up on something that we did not pick up on earlier. This room was at a very stable first level, and it was bouncing up and down in response to our questions.
Everybody listening to this, look up the word docent.
Do you think that Scooter's funny? Messing with my life
if
right
we
now.
actually saw a bear though, honestly.
No, but seriously, that's the only thing I'm afraid of right now. Because we were on the boat at Tulik and there was a bear swimming across the lake while we were on the lake, and it was 500 pounds.
Do you want to record this?
Thanks, guys. I'm really glad that my voice is heard.
Hey, we're recording the entire everything we've done so far. So.
Oh, that's going in.
Oh my god, these moths are attacking this light like you would not believe.
How's the K2?
With some paranormal moths.
I'd be really freaked if it was moving out here.
Please move the light so I feel like I didn't come out here just to get bitten. Bye, bugs. Please don't let anything else bite me.
Just so you know, if a bear comes, I am running. He's like
I don't think running is what you're supposed to do.
very fast.
I don't think it's like a T-Rex that we're
Here we go. Let's see if we can hear something.
bugs everywhere.
It's so dark out here. I'm just like, I don't like this. Ghosts really aren't that bad, but bears are.
Just follow.